This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we are going to take a look at the DC Multiverse Batman figure. This one is based on the 1989 Batman movie starring Michael Keaton. Funny story about this, I had originally placed pre-order for it at Best Buy because I could do store pickup, and pretty much every day since the pre-order I got a message from them saying, "Your item has been delayed. Your item has been delayed. Your item has been delayed." Like, Sherlock, it was a pre-order. However, they eventually just outright canceled the order, and I scrambled and managed to find that GameStop had it, so I ordered it from them and was able to pick it up there. I also stopped by the local Best Buy just to see if they got it in, just because I was honestly kind of hoping to be able to complain about that too, that they just got lazy and didn't want to do it. But they hadn't got it in. However, I was able to pick up Power Girl there, which I kind of forgot they put her out. But anyway, if we take a look at the back of the box, we just have I think this is actually a promo picture from the movie and not just a still frame. But there was one time when Batman held his cape out, and this is kind of what that's supposed to represent. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at his card. Honestly, I wish they would have used a different picture. Batman 1989, data file, real name, Bruce Wayne. Having witnessed his parents' brutal murder as a child, millionaire philanthropist Bruce Wayne fights crime in Gotham City disguised as Batman, a costume hero who strikes fear into the hearts of villains. But when a deformed madman who calls himself the Joker seizes control of Gotham City's criminal underworld, Batman must face his most ruthless nemesis while protecting both his identity and his love interest, reporter Vicky Vale. Alright, so the equipment he comes with is his grapple launcher. I keep on thinking that this movie is the first time Batman used a grapple launcher, but I'm not sure because honestly I didn't read the comics back then. The orange piece or gold piece here at the end does not come out. He comes with some throwing stars. 2 of them, in fact. A Batarang. I think this kind of looks like the programmable Batarang, though, from the second Batman movie. A couple of canes, although they're not actually canes. These are specifically for use with the cape. A small remote control. I believe this was for calling the Batmobile and activating the shield around it. And a ton of fists. I'm actually a little confused by the ones that they gave us here. Alright, so we have 2 regular gripping hands. Whoops. We have 2 regular gripping hands. We have kind of an extended gripping hand. Actually, I think this is probably for this thing. We have a hand specifically for holding onto the grapple, it looks like. Let's see here. These 2 are just both standard fists. Is this one designed specifically for the remote control? Kind of seems that way. Yeah. because his thumb's up there by the buttons. We all know what the slapping hand for. It's for when Vicky Vale gets out of line. So then these fists or hands must work with, I would say, both the Batmobile and the little gripping rods, which before we get into the articulation, let's go ahead and see how those work. As you might be able to tell here, there is a little pocket there at the end. And these things are really a pain in the ass just to get into his hand. Actually, I'm not even sure I can get this into the... So, of course, the idea is that this helps him extend his cape all the way out in order to look like a bat. Which, honestly, this may be my preferred way to display this version of Batman. I think it's kind of a cool idea. It also keeps them from having to, you know, put the rods actually in there. Although when you watch the movie, it does look more like he's holding onto the rods. Not like this, but like they're already built into the cape and he's just holding onto those. But this is not too bad of a way to go about it. And of course, this way it also isn't a specifically designed cape for that. But yeah, this actually is a pretty nice way to display it. That being said, let's actually go over the figure himself. So first and foremost, he does have a really nice face sculpt. This definitely does look like Michael Keaton. I mean, yeah, it is in a Batman mask, so they only had to really get the jawline proper. But it does look like the promotional shots that we saw from the movie and everything. So I think they did an excellent job on that part alone. Of course, his head does spin around, which is the one thing that Michael Keaton could not do in that mask because it was a straight... the whole cowl was one piece, so it did not move with his head. Which is one of those reasons why when you watch the movie, when he looks around, he's actually turning his entire torso to do it. Making it kind of a dumb version of the costume. But, you know, what do you expect? That's what the technology was back then. One issue I am kind of having here is that the cape is not sitting kind of evenly on him. So I'm trying to, there we go, pull it around to try to even it out. I'm guessing that somewhere under here, like this looks like it's glued on. Or actually the symbol might be painted on and then this top part is around it, and the symbol's not part of the cowl. But yeah, they've got it on here somehow so that the cape is under there, probably with just a you know, just a hole in the cape to go around the neck piece. And then they have this on top of there, probably glued into place because I can't get it to come off. But look at that neck peg. Oh, God. It's kind of too bad they didn't give us an unmasked head for this. But I'm trying to think back. It's been a while since I've watched this movie, and I do think it is one of the best Batman movies that they've made. But I don't think Michael Keaton ever wore this costume with his mask off in that first movie. One of the things that was always funny about that movie too is that all the armor was sculpted to look like a nice set of abs and everything, so the actor didn't actually have to have those. Which I kind of like that better than what they did later, where they actually just have a stylized chest piece. And the bat symbol actually had a slightly different design than we usually get with bat symbols, and it's going to be hard to tell. There's kind of a couple fins along the tail at the bottom here, which I know a lot of people did not realize was actually in that movie that way, because I heard a lot of people complain, talk about when I would draw this version, like, that's not the bat symbol. I'm like, yeah, that's how it was in the movie. No, it wasn't. Watch the movie, it was. Again, before the Batman movie, I was only really familiar with the reruns of the Adam West Batman series, really, and some cartoon reruns of like Super Friends and stuff. So I didn't really have much. I didn't really know Batman very well back then. However, let's go ahead and look at the articulation some more. We already went over the head, arms hinge up and down and can spin. With the cape being a soft goods bit, it does not interfere with his movements. There is a really wide range butterfly joint here, which is surprising and very nice. He's got a boob cut, and we can twist that all around. Move it up and down for like an ab crunch. Back more than forward, though. There's also a waist bit of articulation, and that feels like it's on a ball joint as well. The belt appears to be just painted on the diaper piece and not a separate piece and glued on. We have double jointed wrist or double jointed elbow, and you can see the nice little spikes on his costume here, which were very solid looking pieces in the movie and could probably be used to injure the bad guys. Wrist has a spin, and that appears to be it. Oh wait, no, we can get a little bit of up and down going if we try really hard and break the joint loose. That is kind of a weird position for a hand, however. He can kick forward that far, and he can kick back that far. I will give them credit. The one thing that the Mcfarlane diapers are good for is because they are a soft, rubbery plastic. It does not interfere as much with the movements of the legs as some other ones do. He can do a full splits almost. I wonder if we can... Yeah, about the same front and back, too. There is, of course, no thigh swivel, like with most of Mcfarlane's toys. We get a double-jointed knee bend. No boot cut. There is an ankle swivel, and you can see that this piece here is part of the ankle, actually. And then there is a separate hinge with that ankle cut. So where a lot of the figures that we get have, the ankle hinge and spin are both on the same part. This has the spin at the bottom or at the top, but the rocker is actually at the bottom. So it's hard to see, but this little joint here is what allows for that. And of course, with the weird thing with Mcfarlane toys has always been is that they do give you foot articulation on the toes. Which again would make far more sense if they also gave you a waist swivel. Or not waist swivel. Thigh swivel. Which I guess part of the reason that they don't do that is just specifically for the aesthetics. Which, of course, with some of the characters having boots that actually do go up to the thighs, makes less sense when you think about it. The cape, by the way, while it is a soft goods cape, it is actually a pretty firm cloth. Like a heavy-duty polyester, I think. I'm just not 100% sure what it is because I haven't done much cosplay making in a long time, so I'm not as familiar with fabrics. Unfortunately, it does hold the wrinkles really well. I'm not sure how well you can see that, though, but there are tons of wrinkles back there. And you can really kind of see them here at the shoulder with the cape. Overall, I do really like this figure. I think it turned out really well. The details are just great, and I think this will be a good add to the collection. I do appreciate actually hands specifically designed to hold the equipment rather than trying to force the equipment into hands that aren't designed for them. I'm not 100% sure. Well, I guess, let's see. I didn't try the Batarang. Because you got to assume... Okay, we can put the Batarang in that one. So it does seem to kind of fail a bit at the whole, like, Batarang and stars. I guess maybe we can... Now it looks like the best hand for the stars is the one designed for the remote. Maybe that's also the same for the Batarang. Let's try the gun hand with the Batarang. Oh, definitely not that one. Alright, so not sure which one to use for the Batarang. Leave the remote in there. Stars go with the remote hand. Batarang apparently doesn't really go with either hand very well. Oh well, I'm probably not going to display with the Batarang anyway. So I think I will probably have him on the shelf with the hand capes extended with the bars here, because I thought that was a really nice look. But please, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Is this a figure you wanted to get? I actually wanted to get the Christopher Reeve Superman figure, but that sucker sold out so quick that it was up and gone before I think I even knew it had gone up for sale. And I'm not spending secondary market prices on those things. Well, unless I find it at the toy show for what I would consider a reasonable price. Because I would like to get both versions of the Huntress too. Actually, I'd like to get the second version of Power Girl, because I think the second one has a jacket instead of a cape, which is kind of cool. Anyway, I got a little off track there, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to subscribe. Throw your Batarang at that like button. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.